One of the NRA's chestnuts or sayings or mottos or slogans, more aptly, one of their slogans is that the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Isn't it wonderful how this philosophy, this slogan, fits right in with Remington's marketing model to sell more guns and make more money? Yay! And that is the point of the whole thing. The point of the whole thing, the NRA is a marketing arm for gun manufacturers. And if they can tell us that the only way you're safe is to have a gun in your house all the time, loaded, ready to go in a pouch by your bed so you can rise out of bed when that man's crawling into your window, some unknown robber, and you can blow him away so that everyone can go, yay, we're so happy. Oh my goodness. This is all, of course, a lie. One, the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is causing less guns to be available. We have more guns than people in the United States. If we had fewer guns, we'd have less gun violence and fewer gun deaths. But more importantly than that is that the evidence given for the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. The evidence is purely anecdotal. All of the statistics kept by the CDC say the same thing. If you bring an appliance into your house that is designed specifically, I'll look at handguns specifically, that is designed to kill people. And if you bring it into your house and you're going to keep it there forever, for most people, for as long as they live, that gun never goes away, it never wears out, you're going to keep it for the rest of your life, then the chances are far, far greater than that you or someone you love are going to die from the gun being in your house, either by an accident or a suicide or someone getting angry at somebody else over the course. It can happen over the course of decades. Somebody gets so angry they kill somebody, and someone in that household that you love ends up dead, and somebody else ends up spending 27 years locked up. That is what bringing a gun into a household does. But of course, the NRA loves to give us this, you're one of those men that will do anything to protect your family. If you'll do anything to protect your family, get that gun out of your house. That's how you can protect your family, and all the statistics agree with that. But the NRA loves to bring up anecdotal stories of someone coming into a Walmart, or if you can find it, a Kmart. There aren't many of those left. Coming into a Walmart and just starting to blow people away left and right. And then this guy pops up from behind the gym shorts and socks and blows the guy away. And everybody goes, yay, we're so happy. Yay, it's a happy ending. Does that happen? Yes. Is it a statistical non-event? Absolutely, it is. The stories of this happening, true or false, are the stories are abundant. The documented cases of something like this actually occurring are teeny tiny. Most everybody just runs the best they can out of there, and a lot of people die. There is one difference, though, that has arisen along with the same kind of slope as gun possession for people that causes more gun violence and more deaths. And another thing has increased at the same time. No cause and effect, but it has been same with each other. And that is the possession of smartphones. Possession of smartphones has gone up right along with possessions of firearms. insofar as their curve. What does that mean? That means that when a person begins taking his firearm and starts killing people in a Walmart, within the first 30 seconds, there are 5 and 6 calls to 911, and the police are on their way. Now, this has happened, and this is documented because say a person does pop up and starts returning fire to the bad guy when people are running every which way. Of course, that's terribly dangerous because people are going to be hit by bullets from the good guy as well as the bad guy. But the police get there within 90 seconds. Say there's a police officer close by, and there may well be for an area where there is a Walmart, considering that there's going to be a lot of customers nearby. And the policeman shows up and he sees 2 people firing their guns. What do they do? You have just made the job of police officers 10 times worse. Because do they want to kill the guy who's trying to get the perpetrator? No. Do they know who's who right off the bat? No. Either one of them could yell, "He's the guy. No, he's the guy. Get him. Do it." It's like those old movies, old science fiction movies where there's a doppelganger of the same, and they're both saying, "He's the bad guy. He's the bad guy." There's no way the police can know. And it has actually happened that the man who stood up with the firearm he was carrying and tried to get the perpetrator ends up dead. Nobody's going to blame the police for that. They had to stop the bullets flying around. There's no way they could know. No way in a million years they could know. Both guys have no uniform. It's not like one guy's wearing a big white 10-gallon hat and the other one's wearing a big black 10-gallon hat. There's no way you can know. And so it has happened that the person who rose up and tried to get the bad guy ends up dead. This is so wrong to say the only thing that will stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. The thing that will stop a bad guy with a gun is to reduce the number of guns we have flying around every which way. This is just a marketing tool for Remington and the other gun manufacturers because they make money by selling guns. They do not care how many people die. When there's $50 to be made, and we know that $50 is going to cause a death and a half across the country, the $50 will win out every time. It's not our fault. We advocate for gun safety. If you advocate for gun safety, then you'd advocate for fewer guns.